Welcome to Unwind Podcast. We're your hosts, Maritza
and Melinda.
Hey guys. All right, so I got a question for you guys. All right, when we were in our teenage years, right? And the only reason I say this because I have a daughter who's about to be 17, or she's 17, right? See, I can't even remember. She's 17 already, guys. She wants to rush, right? She's like, I want to go to college. I want to be an adult. I want to do this. I want to do that. I mean, Melinda.
Don't grow up. It's a trap.
Thank you. I don't, you know those shirts that say not adulting today? That's what our episode's about.
Not adulting today. Let's be kids forever.
Like, I look at my kids and I'm like, man, if I could go back to being a kid, I would slow it down. Like, just to...
I wish.
Like, you know, mom and dad, like, they did everything. They bought our clothes, our shoes, our food was made. The lights were on. We didn't know how. We didn't know.
The lights were on. That's all we knew.
It. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the clothes were like, we didn't know how.
Yep.
It was like a magic fairy came.
I remember even living with my mom as an adult, my mom me lavaba la ropa, like, because I worked a lot, I went to school, and mom used to wash my clothes. Like, when can we go back to that?
So nice. Like, I just look at my kids and I'm like, man, you guys have no idea. Like,
no idea.
It is like the bills, like the adult decisions, like, you know, just being grown. Like, they lie to you. They say it's fun, grow up. No, it is not fun. Maybe because you can go out a little bit later, but like,
yeah. And then
that changes.
What? I was just gonna say that. That changes.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I want to be home by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, like it just like all of a sudden you're like, 10 o'clock is too late. I don't want to go out when people are like, oh, our party kicks off at 11. Ooh, 11.
Like the other day, Maritza was going to come to my house and it was going to be 8:30 by the time she arrives. I'm like, es muy tarde. Like, it is late, girl. Because by the time you leave my house, it's 10, 11 o'clock.
And just so you guys know, right, I was prepping. This is how sad it is. I was like, I'm going to have to drink something with caffeine because it's going to be such a late night for me to drive. And then when she calls me and she tells me, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't. Then I came home, I'm like, great, now I'm going to be hyper and I'm not going to go to bed.
Oh, because you had caffeine?
So, like, my husband was working late, and he usually expects me, like, passed out, but he thought that it was going, like, I called him, I was like, oh, no, like, I'm not going to Melinda's, like, I'm going to be home, and he's like, oh, then you're going to be passed out? I was like, no, I have caffeine in my body.
Oh,
like,
my gosh, I'm sorry. I was like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Where she lives, like, there's a lot of curves. My husband doesn't like me leaving her here too late where it's dark. There's beer.
What's on your mind? because she's an adult now, you see?
There's bears and deers.
Are you combining? I get it. The deer and the bear, I see what happened.
That's what happened. I'm sorry, guys. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, I said the same thing goes for you. Like, he doesn't want you when something happened, then we feel guilty because you were leaving our house at 10, 11 o'clock. You know? So it goes the same route because then again, she was driving, her husband wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, and my husband doesn't like driving these roads that late anyways.
I know.
But it's the same thing. So, you know, but uno se cansa.
Yeah. It's just, you know what it is? It is frustrating. Like, I just remember, I think I was like 15 and I used to do this little thing, right? When I was 10, I was like, ooh, in 5 years, I'm going to be 15. And then I turned 15, I was like, ooh, in 5 years, I'm going to be 20. Then when I turned 20, I was like, oh, is the big one like 21? Like, is that the next big one? Because then I feel like, honestly, guys, like after I graduated, I kind of feel like stuck there. Like, my age keeps going, but I'm like,
what am I doing? And you still don't know, too, for a while.
Yeah, like, it was just kind of like, okay, but I still, like, okay, my daughters always say this to me. They're like, Ma, you're not like the typical Ma. Like, you're so weird. And I'm like, am I weird? I just feel I am young spirited.
Yeah.
I really am. Like, I love to like joke around.
She is quirky too.
Yeah, I'm like a weirdo. I really am a weirdo, yeah. But like, I like to joke around. Like, I kind of relate to the youth, you know what I mean? But then for me, like being an adult, like I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things. Like, I have like so many aches and pains.
Oh
my neck.
And the older you get,
it's lies, people. They tell you it's great getting older, but it's lies. Like, you have random headaches.
Where
your
did
body
these
changes.
come from?
Listen, your body changes. Your hair, like now you're dyeing your hair
My
more.
allergies, you know,
Came out of nowhere. I mean, literally, people. Like, I think the worst part is when they told me, I shared this in our fitness episode, but when after 20, right, every 5 years, your metabolism slows down. Hence why people's bodies change. But they don't tell you that, right? Because when you're young, your metabolism is good. You're eating everything.
Young,
yeah. So things change, guys. Then you have to like work 10 times harder to keep your weight at a certain level. It's just insane. And then you're fighting with doctors.
Oh, it does get worse.
Oh, it's a lot.
Everything starts sagging. You know, it's overrated.
It really is. Like, when you get older, like, I laugh. My mom gets mad at me, but like, right, they call it bye-bye arms when you wave over here, and down here's like shake it on the bottom. And they call that like a bye-bye arm, and that happens like when you get older.
I wish you can have the Benjamin Button, is that what it's called, effect? Like when you reverse, like you're old and then you get younger.
I know.
Is it the Benjamin Button?
I don't know. Whatever it is, find it out, because I would like it.
I wish we had that effect. I mean, you know, I think that if our kids can enjoy being kids.
Yeah.
It would be so great.
It is. And I think that's a key, right? Because I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, listen, just go out and play. Like, right now, like, we're recording and doing all this, and our kids are on the trampoline. Like, that's the life. They're not on their phones. They're not, like, you know, warped into this new generation that
Granted, they don't have phones. But...
They don't talk. Well, yeah, one of them does. My middle one does. But
but the ones that
the two younger ones are playing. Like,
no. Your middle one is playing. Sorry, I looked out the window.
That's what I'm saying. I saw it. I had that mother's eye.
I was like, I looked out. They're there, and we can see them from where we're recording.
But it's like, you know, it's one of those things. Like, this new generation doesn't know how to interact with people. Like, they don't know unless it's a text message.
Awkward.
They really are. Oh, it's so bad.
Actually, you know, I was in the car with your oldest today, and she spoke the whole way.
She's
like
a talker. She's a talker.
Oh, that was funny because I missed a turn, and she goes, "Sorry, it's just once I start talking, I keep talking, and I didn't tell you to turn that way."
That is my child.
Yeah, no, she made good conversation. We were there, and then my other one wants to chime in, my little one,
so cute.
And I'm just like, can you just shut up and let her talk? Because she's talking. Let her finish her sentence.
See, but that's good, and that's a lot of it is because I do like take them away, like the phones. I'm like, shut it down for a weekend, shut it down for whatever.
Yeah,
and I like it because I
see
see them. I know. I'm very excited for her future, guys. She's looking into being entertainment lawyer, and I think that's awesome. Yeah. I told her not to forget the little people when she makes it big.
Right. Yeah, no, she's a good kid.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's crucial, right? I take their stuff away, and I force them to, like, you know, interact with each other.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when they're fighting, I'm like, great, you know what your punishment is? Now you have to hang out with each other.
Great. I know, I just, you know, we grew up so fast. Like, now when you're thinking, all right, high school reunion, 10, 15, 20 years.
Oh, we went to our 20th.
You went to your 20th?
I went to my 20th.
Yeah.
It was a good 20th, right?
Yeah.
But then you kind of chuckle to yourself a little bit because some people look a little more beat than others.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But, yeah, no, my 20th is still has a little bit of time, but it's, you know, so it's just, you realize you're just like, where the heck did the time go?
It really does fly by.
I remember it as if it was yesterday.
Me too. Like, I'm looking at my kids growing up, and I'm like, I remember that age. Like, this is insane to me. Like,
it is crazy.
Like, my daughter, like, driving, like blows my mind because I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember taking my tests. I remember getting all like my license.
Yeah.
I remember like that feeling of driving on your own. Like it's insane.
I was telling her how I was shocked that I passed my driver's test.
Geez.
I was 18. No, it was funny because I was just telling her this story, and I was like, they asked me to do a K-turn. I didn't take driver's ed in school. I was already graduated from high school when I got my driver's license. I always had somebody to drive me around. So I did not have a driver's license until I really needed it. And that was because my mom took me and was like, you're going to go get it. You need a driver's license. And so when I went, we parked, we were back at the location, and he was like, you passed. And I was like, what?
I did.
I did. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, are you sure? I did not. I was so shocked. He goes, no, you did very well. The only thing that you did get wrong was you didn't put the signal light for the K-turn. And I was like, really? I thought I completely failed the K-turn because I had no clue what the heck a K-turn was. My mom did not show me this. So I just literally winged it.
You're so funny.
And he said that the only thing I did get wrong was that I did not put the signal light for that. So he only got one thing wrong of the whole driving test.
That's good.
And I was like shocked.
See?
So shocked.
And what state was that?
Florida.
People, you hear that? This is why we get mad when we go from the East Coast and we go down to the South, and then we wonder. Just saying, no shade, but shade.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, our speed limit is 65, and here it's like 45.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
I mean, I say our, like if I still live in Florida, no.
Right.
But Florida's speed limit is much more, but they also have bigger highways.
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
So back to our topic.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
Ooh, I have a lot.